You know how people say third time's the charm? Fucking lie. This is the fourth time. Hopefully it all goes well. There is no hiccups. Let me just say before this video even gets started, if you don't want any spoilers for the Demon Slayer manga, go ahead and just leave a like, comment, and then click off right now. I'm gonna give you 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, cool. As you can see now, we have all of the 12 Kizuki here. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. And then we have all the former and current Hashira, at least when it comes to the manga. Or anime. We also have Yorichi. Hold on. We have Yorichi right here for some reason. We're just gonna go ahead and rank them. But before we get into that, what is your current favorite song? Like, what's on repeat, and why is it Cupid by 50/50? Because that is still mine. That shit's such a banger. It makes me feel like a little schoolgirl. Schoolgirl. Don't know if you really perceived what I was saying there. However, we are gonna go ahead and get started. I'm not good with names, especially. Well, let's just hold on. Let's just get rid of the fodder because what did they do besides just die? Let's be completely honest with you. I also don't know who this is. No idea. These are just fodder. They deserve to go away. Everybody else I do recognize, so we are looking good. Now Doma, one of the coldest characters I think in just Demon Slayer in general. Really cool powers. It's like an ice type power. Hopefully if you're watching this you read the manga. If not, I will be spoiling it. His fight against Inosuke, his background with Inosuke, crazy good. And then just his fight in general, I think I just like the way he is. Characters like Doma, where they're like, you know, really strong but very like giggly to a sense, where it's one of those like, I know I can fuck you up, but I'm just gonna, you know, I'm just gonna laugh at you. I'm just gonna be giggly, a little joyous. Incredible. Honestly, S tier easily. I think Doma's S tier. If you do not agree, go away. The pot demon thing, I don't really like. He got 1v1'd in the manga and currently in the anime. I was about to say anime. I don't know. He's just, I mean, he's kind of crazy. That art thing that he has going on is pretty cool, pretty wicked for a demon. But aside from that, he's just kind of mid, in my opinion. Anybody that uses goldfish to attack is kind of mid. I honestly just, this is like being generous. If I'm being honest, just looks wise, he has little hands and they gross me. You know, let me be real. He's a D tier villain. Just demon in general. I don't know. He doesn't really strike me as somebody that cool. If I'm being completely honest with you, he's just kind of fodder. He's barely above them because he actually had a fight. These people just kind of died. Then we have, I want to say Kokushibo, but I could be wrong. So I'm just, you know, I already said it. It's completely fine. First off, 6 eyes for what? I never understood why he has that many eyes. Everybody else that got turned into a demon has the same amount of eyes. They still have 2. So why, I mean, why do you have 6? Confuses me. However, moon breathing, kind of fucking raw. He took down who? He took down like 3. He was fighting 3 demon slayers at one point. Genya's brother, that I don't remember his name, Sanemi, there it is. And then Gyome, fucking crazy fight. He was extremely strong. I think I really enjoyed just his fight. However, him as a character, he's cool. I like how he interacts with Akaza and Doma. Is he pretty high up there? I think I can't give him below an A, but I don't know. He just doesn't reach S tier in my opinion. Now this isn't by strength because obviously, you know, he would be at the top and then Doma and then Akaza and so on and so forth. This is just how I like them. Akaza, let me just put him where he needs to be. He is S tier. One of the only demons beside Nezuko and Muzan to a degree that was about to conquer the sun. And he just chose not to. He was like, you know what? I'm cool. I don't want to do this anymore. I really like his background. I really like his fight with Rengoku. I like the run back with Tanjiro and Giyu. I liked everything about Akaza. The fact that even as a human, he was going crazy. I really like Akaza and his wife in general. Akaza's just he's just hard as fuck. I want to get something tattooed with Akaza involved, whether it be his like technique or it looks like a snowflake kind of thing. And I don't know. I really enjoy that. This guy, I like all the other forms, right? Man, I'm kind of torn because this, like him, how ugly and small and big-headed he is, how frail he is, I don't enjoy. However, rage, what is it? It's rage, sadness, anger. No, rage is anger. Whatever. All the other ones, fucking cool. But him kind of drags it down. So I think I have to give him B. But I mean, he's cool. Just the way that he was like, his survivability was wild. Then we have Gyutaro. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about Gyutaro. I really like his voice, like, you know, how raspy and shit it was. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed how close he was to Daki, how he was like her protector. I think, honestly, I think Gyutaro is an A. He's about the same. He might be a little higher than Kokushibo, in my opinion, just because of how he interacted, the parallel between Gyutaro and Tanjiro and Daki and Nezuko. I feel like that was really cool thing to happen. He also had a crazy fight with Tengen. I don't know. I just really like the Entertainment District arc. Extremely cool. Now we move on to, I don't know this person's name, but the one that teleports. I'm pretty sure she's the one with the mansion that they fight in later on in the manga. I can't really remember, but I think her ability kind of stands out to me, and I'm gonna go ahead and put her above this guy. Like I mentioned, I don't really know names. Now, Enmu, we're gonna skip him because I have a lot to say about him. Enmu, I actually kind of liked. In Demon Slayer Hinokami Chronicles, you can play as Enmu. I don't really like his combat there. However, I don't know. The fact that he merged with a train definitely kind of brings him down, in my opinion. It was a good idea in like retrospect, but it's kind of, you're a train. Like, I don't know. I didn't know what he was planning on doing there. I really did like how he had to put Tanjiro in that position where Tanjiro had to kill himself to literally get out of. Can I say that? Tanjiro had to sewer slide because of Enmu to get out of that little vision. I really just enjoyed Enmu's character. I think he also goes in A, but definitely above. The more I look at you, the more you're looking like a C to me, in my opinion. Then we have Rui, right? I don't know. I think it's R-U-I, Rui. I don't know. The spider kid thing. He was cool. I liked his aspect of family. He really resembled like just a small kid with a lot of power. He just straight kidnapped Nezuko for a little bit, talking about you're my sister now, and that was kind of raw. I do like his powers. I do like his initial confrontation with Tanjiro and just the Hinokami Kagura like showing up in that fight. So I think that kind of puts him at a high B. This is the guy that like does slashes and stuff. Not necessarily the coolest, but not necessarily the worst. He was just kind of, he was an old 12 Kizuki member. He didn't really do much, in my opinion. I just didn't really enjoy what happened there. You got introduced to Inosuke and Zenitsu in that arc, if I'm not mistaken. And so, I don't know. He's definitely a C tier demon, in my opinion. Daki's actually kind of cool, but definitely way lower than Gyutaro. I think Daki's a C as well. There's not much to say about Daki herself that doesn't involve Gyutaro, and for that reason alone, I think she stands at a C. Now this bitch, okay, let's talk about it. The parallel, not necessarily the parallels, but it's really cool that he knows every other form of lightning breathing, but Zenitsu only knows the first, and he doesn't know the first, right? And they're like they're opposites. The fact that he defected to the demons caused Zenitsu's master to go ahead and kill himself, and I don't know, he wanted, like, I can understand, you were matched up against Kokushibo. The reason he became a demon was because of Kokushibo, so I can understand, you know, at that point, like, you're like, fuck, what do I do? I don't like it, but I enjoyed the fight. I enjoyed the fight so much because Zenitsu was cracked during that fight. That fight was crazy. Zenitsu straight said, "What up, bitch?" It's the first time that you see Zenitsu without, you know, going to sleep. He straight said, like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you. Like, you're done. You're done. You're out of here." I extremely enjoyed that. That was one of the top moments in the manga, in my opinion. Just the way that he got blown back. He's definitely, because of that fight, a little higher. Just him as a character alone is probably like C, maybe even D tier. But I did like the banter that he had with Zenitsu. I did like his ideals, talking about, hey, if you can't beat him, join him type beat. And to a degree, he was kind of right. Like, this is a menacing squad right here. But for every menacing squad, you have another menacing squad going against them. And this is where we get into the Hashira. Now, Iroko Daki, this guy, let's see who else. This girl is her sister, and then Kokushibo. we don't, well, we know a lot about Kokushibo, not about Rengoku's dad or Urokodaki, just that they were Hashira. So in that instance, I don't think anyone here is an F tier character, just because, I mean, there's a lot that they bring to the table. Except, you know what, actually, fuck you. I hate how he talked to Rengoku. I hate how he thought that Rengoku's last words were gonna be to spite him. Or Kyojiro Rengoku, whatever. I hate him. I hate him. Alright, Urokodaki trained Tanjiro. You know what? He helped with Nezuko, put her under that Genjutsu type beat. I think he doesn't deserve anything below B, but I can't necessarily put him up there because he fought that one hand demon in the initial first selection. That's about all he's done, in my opinion, and taught, you know, Giyu. Which actually, because he taught Giyu, I think he might be a little higher because, you know, having yourself teach another Hashira or teach somebody that became Hashira is kind of cool. Mitsuri, right? Yes, Mitsuri. I'm not good with the Demon Slayer names either. Mitsuri's pretty goated. I really like her and Obanai's relationship in general. We're actually gonna put them a little closer together because I want to talk about one, or I want to talk about one right after the other. I really like her form. Love breathing's really cool. The way she flicks her sword, how strong she is, and how much she eats. It was like a funny gag thing. I think she's S tier. If I'm being completely honest, I do think she's S tier. Just what she did against who did she fight? She fought the wood dragon demon, the ugly one, the one that has 4 forms. She fought him, and then she helped later on in the manga. She held her own against a lot of upper level demons in general. She's a Hashira. Like, she deserves the clout that she has. Does she deserve S? Now I'm overthinking it. I'm gonna put her with A. I'm gonna put her with the Urokodaki, but she might move up. I just really like her character. She's really funny. I like how she interacts with Obanai. Also, Obanai, we're just gonna go ahead and put him in S. Now, you guys, if you're an anime only, first off, you're not. I mean, I doubt you're watching this. But if you don't care about spoilers and you're an anime only, you don't know how much this man does. He goes crazy. First off, I really like the fact that he has 2 different color eyes. I like the fact that his mouth's covered, and there's a reason for that in the manga. I'm not gonna say that just because, you know, it's different. And I like the fact that he has a snake. His snake breathing thing, crazy good. The fact that at one point in the manga he couldn't see and he had to rely on his snake, and that snake was reacting to Muzan's attack, and Muzan was so boosted in his power, crazy. I was blown back. This is making me want to read the manga again because that fight was so good too. Extremely cool. I don't even know if he had the Demon Slayer mark. So the Demon Slayer mark you're gonna learn about later on in the manga. I'm talking like if people don't know what the Demon Slayer mark is, but that's just how I explain things. The Demon Slayer mark, just imagine that as a Zenkai boost for these characters. Really cool. I do like the Mist Hashira. I forget his name. I like his interactions with his brother. When that does happen, he does 1v1 Kokushibo for a little bit, but then he gets fucking blown away. He did fight, what was it, Upper 4, the pot, and then he won that fight. So I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of cool, but I don't think he goes above B, mainly because, I don't know, mist breathing's cool. It's a derivative of sun breathing, as everything is, but it's a little closer in that bloodline. It's just, he doesn't really stand out aside from being the youngest Hashira. Sonami. Can we talk about how raw this man is? One of my favorite Demon Slayer characters. He might be top 3, and he's definitely not 3. He might be 2. But he's so raw. First off, he has that blood thing that a lot of demons are just attracted to his blood, and they kind of, you know, get stuck because it's like, whoa, that blood go crazy. He even did that against Kokushibo, which is upper rank 1, right below Muzan. Upper rank 1 for a fraction of the second was like, I need that blood, like I need to taste that blood type beat, which is crazy. The fact that it worked on somebody so strong. But his fights in general, how much he's scarred because he's like, yeah, I'm about to use this blood to my advantage. So in every fight, he's out here basically cutting his own body to use it against somebody else. He has killed demons without ever getting his Nichirin sword before he became a Demon Slayer. He was fucking it up out here. Like, he goes crazy. I really like his interactions with his brother as well. He's just such a raw character. Now, we don't know much about Zenitsu's master, but like Orokodaki, or a little bit unlike, he didn't, you know, have a good place to go ahead and, you know, he trained Zenitsu. He trained that other Dai something. I think he belongs in B, but I don't know. Just because there's not much about him, I think I have to put him in C just because he didn't do much. Giyu, I want to like Giyu, right? I want to like Giyu, and I do, but I don't at the same time. He has a lot of issues when it comes to fighting, because he doesn't believe himself to be as strong as the other Hashira, as strong as even Tanjiro to some degree. But then he does run it against Akaza pretty hard, so that kind of saves his character. He does have Dead Calm, which I don't think, I mean, he taught himself that because that wasn't something that Orokodaki taught him. I think I can only put him at B though. He, during the training arc right before fighting Muzan, he wasn't necessarily, he didn't do much. I don't know, I think Giyu does a lot but not enough to warrant anything above a B, but because he was so prevalent in that fight against Akaza and just in general saving Tanjiro, everything that he did, training Tanjiro, or taking Tanjiro to Orokodaki, putting himself on the line if Nezuko ever, you know, wilded out, I feel like that's pretty cool. So I think at B is probably the best place. Now this is Shinobu's older sister. I don't remember her name, but she lost to Doma, and that's why Shinobu had like such vile intent against Doma. But I think the same thing, she didn't do much in, she did a lot, right? She definitely helped, who's that other girl with flower breathing? I forgot her name. I'll put a picture of her on screen though. She was there with Shinobu. She trained Shinobu, if I'm not mistaken, to a degree, or they trained together. But just because, you know, she did die, and she was the crux of, like, you know, Shinobu's anger towards Doma, and then that other girl's anger towards Doma as well, because they took her away. So she was an important character for sure, but not anybody that I was like, whoa. Okay, now Gyome. Oh my god, Gyome is raw. The only person, all right, right here, a lot of these, you had the mark, I believe you had the mark. I don't know about Obanai, and I don't know about Mitsuri, but Gyome. So when you get the Demon Slayer mark, right, just real quick, you can turn your sword red, which is essentially kind of what not Kokushibo, what's your name? I forgot his name already. Anyways, this guy, the strongest character in Demon Slayer in general, sun breathing, the one that fought Muzan, him, you don't rival his power, right? But he had a red blade, and that's what made him so strong. This man, Gyome, made the blade red on his own. Everybody else had to like touch somebody else's blade that was red. He straight clashed his weapon together and went crazy. Also, he doesn't even have an actual sword. He has an axe and a ball with spikes on it. I know that has a name, but I forget about it. That man is just crazy. He was the one who changed the tide of battle between the upper one and Sanemi and the Mist Hashira. He even had Muzan thinking back. Like, he was he's cracked. This is why he's the strongest Hashira. Excuse me. He's cracked. Easy S rank. Now, Rengoku. Love Rengoku. Set your heart ablaze. Rengoku, he was spitting, but he died extremely fast. He died. He lost to Akaza. Yeah, he saved, you know, everybody on the train. Yeah, he mentored Tanjiro just by being there, being prevalent, being a presence. He was a very important character. I wish he didn't die off as soon as he did. To be honest, I would have rather seen like Giyu die off, if I'm being completely honest with you. I would love to have put him in S tier, but just because he was literally gone from the story for so long, he still like had his scabbard thing that he gave to Tanjiro, or that Tanjiro took in his honor, and that saved Tanjiro's life. But I just can't put him in S tier. He didn't do enough. Shinobu, she had that crazy fight against Doma, which she lost, unfortunately. However, her poison really did bring Doma, like, she did her thing against Doma. She's also an A tier character. Tengen, top 3, and he's not 3. Top 2, and he's not 2. Tengen is the best Hashira, in my opinion, bar none. Would I like to have seen him, you know, continue to be a Hashira and fight against Muzan upper, you know, whatever. He probably would have fought upper 2, upper 1, maybe even Akaza. I don't think he didn't have to have a run back with Akaza. Or he didn't have to fight against Akaza. I could see him against upper 2 and upper 1. Yes, Tengen is just, he's that boy, a shinobi. I like the arm bracer things that he has on his biceps. Let's get it flashy. He's crazy. I actually really want to make Tengen swords myself just because Tengen's so raw. He's just cool as fuck. But yes, Tengen, he is the epitome of Demon Slayers. And then he and Rengoku's dad, I forgot, Yoriichi, that's your name, bitch. He and Rengoku's dad were protecting that family during the last, you know, little portion of the manga, which I found really cool. I just like Tengen's character. I like how flashy he is. I like his nail color. I wanna low-key paint my nails the same color that Tengen had, but I'm just not him, you know. I can never be him. Yoriichi, S tier character. He ran it against Muzan. He was crazy. He's just a crack character in general. There's not much to say aside from he is him. Like literally, nobody is as strong. Nobody can ever be as strong as Yoriichi. He is the pinnacle of strength. Everybody here that awakened their mark was supposed to die, you know, at like 25, let's just say. I know there's a specific number, but let's just say 25. He lived past 50. He lived till he was old and wrinkly. He was really gonna kill Kokushibo. He was like, hey, why'd you become a demon? He's old, he's brittle. And he died standing up. But he was a step and a half away from killing Kokushibo, which is upper rank 1, by the way. Easy. Like nothing. This old brittle man was out here about to kill you? Crazy. That is why he cannot go below S tier. We're just gonna go ahead and look back. So Tengen, easily, of all the Hashira, the best. When it comes to the 12 Kizuki, I believe it's Akaza above Doma. But this is the rankings. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, and or subscribe. Let me know what you would have changed, if you would have changed anything, or you know what, let's be real. If you were to change anything, you'd be wrong. Thank you guys for watching. Again, I'm being as consistent as I can, trying to at least get to 4, maybe 500 by the end of the year subscribers. So if you want to go and help out with that, by all means. If we don't get it, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna still do this. This is my thing. Mind your business.